Good morning, children. I am sure you all are hale and hearty. You all are taking care of yourselves. Children, we have completed with our Unit 1 and today we are going to start with Unit 2. As usual, we are going to start our day with thought. Lotus is the only flower that teaches us where we reach is important, not where we come from. It means lotus starts its life from a muddy water and emerge out as a beautiful flower. Similarly, we need to be like lotus and concentrate on our destination rather than on our present situations. So children, let us begin with Unit 2. This is the first poem of Unit 2 from a railway carriage written by Robert Louis Stevenson. Now this poem is based on journey. So the poet has shared his experience of railway journey with us. Children, I am sure you all enjoy journey through railway. Everyone wants to sit near window so that one can look out through the window and enjoy the scenery. The poem by R.L. Stevenson was published in 1885 in the volume of his poetry for children, and the poet describes the sights that he notices while traveling in the train. Let us know about R.L. Stevenson. Robert Louis Stevenson was a Scottish novelist, poet, and travel writer, most noted for Treasure Island, Kidnapped, Strange Case of Dr. Jelly, and Mr. Hyde, and A Child's Garden of Verses. Born on 13th of November 1850 in United Kingdom, he died at a very young age of 44 on 3rd of December 1894. Now children, take out your textbooks, page number 22. Let us first recite the whole poem and then we are going to see the meaning of the whole poem. Children, From a Railway Carriage by R.L. Stevenson is taken from his book A Child's Garden of Verses. From a Railway Carriage is a masterly piece of versification, using its springy rhythm to evoke movement of a train. That is, the rhythm of the poem echoes the rhythm of the train, with the rhyme scheme suggesting the sense of repetition. The poem is being written in rhyming couplets. So take out your textbooks and let us now recite the whole poem. Faster than fairies, faster than witches, bridges and houses, hedges and ditches, and charging along like troops in a battle, all through the meadows, the horses and cattle, all the sides of the hill and the plain, fly as thick as driving rain, and ever again in the wink of an eye, painted stations whistle by. Here is a child who clambers and scrambles all by himself and gathering brambles. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes, and there is the green forest stringing the daisies. Here is a cart run away in the road, lumping along with man and load. And here is a mill and there is a river, it's a glimpse and gone forever. I hope now you have understood how the rhythm of the poem echoes with rhythm of the train. I am sure you must have enjoyed the tune. Every day you have to recite the poem. Now, line wise, we are going to see the meaning. The poet describes many scenes from the window of a railway carriage. Now, carriage means compartment in a train. The first two lines is faster than fairies, faster than witches. Now, here the poet says that train runs more quickly than fairies and witches. Now, children, you all know what is a fairy. Fairy is an imaginary being of human form that has magical powers, especially good ones, and they are very pretty. Whereas witch is a woman thought to have magical powers, especially evil ones. So, as they have the magical powers, they can run very fast. So, poet says that the train runs even faster than fairies or the witches can move. He further says, bridges and houses, hedges and ditches, means the train rushes on leaving bridges, houses, hedges and ditches. Now what is hedge? Hedges are row of bushes that look like fences. the picture tells us. Now, ditches means a long narrow furrow to enable water flow, or a long narrow open channel dug into the ground, usually at the side of a road or field. So the train rushes on, leaving bridges, houses, fences and ditches behind. It also leaves behind all other scenes as if they are charging like troops in a battle. Means the poet compares the train with troops charging in a battle. Charging means moving forward. Charging troops in a battle because it moves forward as army soldiers that attack the enemy in the battlefield. The speed is compared with charging troops in the battle. He further says, all through the meadows the horses and cattle. It also leaves behind the green fields where horses and cattle are grazing. In the next paragraph it says, all the sides of the hill and the plain fly as thick as driving rain. Stevenson says that all the scenes of the hill and the plain were being crossed by the train as quick as one drop of rain following the other in a storm. Just like heavy rain falls so quickly that it is difficult to distinguish one drop from the another. He further says, and ever again in the wink of an eye, painted stations whistle by. In this phrase, that is in the wink of an eye, is used to denote the speed of the train. The train is moving so fast that all the stations are left behind. The poet expresses this with the help of this phrase. When a person is sitting in a railway carriage which is moving very fast, the colorful stations of was appear picture like as if they are painted. And hence the poet says, and ever again in the wink of an eye, painted stations whistle by. Now in the next stanza, here is a child who clambers and scrambles all by himself and gathering brambles. Now in these lines, poet says that from the window of the compartment of the train, he sees a child climbing a steep ground by himself with difficulty. Scramble. Scramble means to move or climb quickly but with difficulty, often using your own hands to help you. And clambers is again to climb up, across or into somewhere with difficulty using the hands and the feet. Now the third new word is brambles. Now bramble is a wild bush with thorns that produces blackberries. So here he sees a child climbing a steep ground by himself with difficulty. The child was also gathering blackberries during climbing. The poet sees a homeless person who was looking at the train with amazement. So he says, here is a tramp who stands and gazes. So tramp is a person with no home, job or money who travels around and asks for money. And there is the green for stringing the daisies. As the train moves forward, he sees some ladies in a common village grassland of daisies. Now, daisy is a small flower with white petals and a yellow center, which often grows in grass. So he sees the ladies are using the grass as strings to make garlands with daisy flowers. Stringing means they are joining the flowers. In the last stanza, the poet says what he sees from the railway compartment. Here is a cart run away in the road, lumping along with man and load. Now what is lumping? Here it means moving with jerk. The poet then sees a cart moving slowly in the highway. It was full of load. The cart was moving in jerks as it carries man and load. Here is a mill and there is a river. He also gets a glimpse of a mill and a river by its side. Now glimpse means something that you see for a very short time. So for a very short time he sees a mill. You can see over a picture of windmill. He sees a mill and a river by its side. All these objects appeared and disappeared very quickly. So he says, each a glimpse and gone for ever. It means all the objects appeared and disappeared very quickly. It makes the poet and all of us very sad because all the pleasure and happiness we got from enjoying the beauty of nature comes to an end and disappears forever as the railway carriage speeds up. The poem gives us a message that the railway journey is a source of happiness as it provides a chance to enjoy the natural beauty. So children, in our next class, we are going to see the poetic devices and we will discuss English workshop. Till then, go through the poem, underline the rhyming words, try to find out the rhyme scheme of the poem. Of course, which we are going to discuss in our next class. Till then, read and recite the poem well. Take care of yourselves. Thank you.